What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. A very happy Saturday to everyone, but obviously we're here with another video that revolves the trade deadline, and we're talking about the post-Jimmy Butler, the post-trade deadline era for the Miami Heat. The Jimmy Butler thing went on for way too long in Miami as far as like this year, obviously. Before it's been successful, but there was a lot of drama this past month or however long it went with Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat, and it is finally over. So let's go ahead, jump in, talk about what the Miami Heat did at the trade deadline and the Jimmy Butler trade, and do this post-trade deadline, post-Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat rebuild in 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me about 57% of the people that have watched my videos lately aren't actually subscribed. So if you are one of those people that falls into that 57%, consider changing that right now. That would be freaking awesome, as we are on the road to 50,000 subs. But let's talk about what the Miami Heat did, of course, in return, at the deadline for Jimmy Butler, and, they made another move as well. So, of course, they acquired Andrew Wiggins, a top-tier protected Warriors pick. They also got Kyle Anderson in the trade as well, and then they ended up trading PJ Tucker for Davion Mitchell. So that is what the Heat have done. Tyler Hero becomes the guy here now. He has been named an All-Star this year. You have Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, of course, now. I think he'll fit very well in Miami. You got Rozier, Duncan Robinson. So this is still a very talented team, and I do expect them to be in the play-in or the playoffs, and probably the playoffs, because I think the play-in right now, like the East, I think the Heat are actually like really above water right now because the East is kind of bad. So let's see if they're chilling. I mean, I guess Detroit's on their ankles, but the 9th and 10th seed is really bad. But let's take a look at the rotation as... Oh, we can't bring Hero off the bench. I don't know what's going on there, but I assume it's because Spoelstra's probably listed as a defensive system. Is that what's going on right now? Because Hero cannot be the guy coming off the bench for this team. So, yeah, it's defensive system. So let's fix that, and then we can fix the rotation how it should be. So now that is fixed, we have Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Kevin Love, Khalil Ware, Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez, Kyle Anderson, and then Pelle Larsson. So that leaves Jovic, Davion Mitchell, and Haywood Highsmith. So this team is pretty deep, not going to lie, but I do kind of want to get Davion Mitchell involved, obviously after being acquired at the deadline, but that still leaves him out of the rotation. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably kick Kevin Love out of the rotation, I guess. Not that I want to, but Khalil Ware is going to start, and then Kevin Love, I guess, will be kicked out for Davion Mitchell. That's probably what we're going to have to do there. And yeah, I guess we'll rock with that. So we'll simulate the rest of the season with it like this, and we'll see how this team finishes out. I'm optimistic that this team will make the playoffs, but we shall see. I'll see you guys at the end of year one, and we'll see how this team finishes out without Jimmy Butler, and of course after this trade deadline. So at the end of year one, Shea wins MVP, Sar is your rookie of the year, Jonas Valanciunas sixth-man Wim defensive player, Amin Thompson most improved, and Jokic is your clutch player, Mark's your coach of the year, and Harrison is your executive. So here's your NBA first team, all NBA second, and all NBA third, offensive first team, and all defensive second team. So we do have Khalil Ware also making all rookie second team, and we ended up as the 5th seed in the East. Now, funny enough, we actually finished under 500 at 40 and 42, but the East was so compact that we still were a top, I guess, 5th seed is still pretty decent at 40 and 42, but that's kind of what the East has been this year so far. So you had 23 points from Hero, 16 from Bam, 15 from Wiggins, 12.5 from Rozier, 10.5 from Robinson, and 10 from Khalil Ware, 9 from Jovic, and then 9 from Jaime Jaquez. The Warriors did make the playoffs, so we should get their pick this offseason, so that'll be nice. Now I get to play the Indiana Pacers in round one. Now, I will shrink this down to a 9-man rotation, but that's probably going to fix things. But yeah, so it's going to be Kevin Love back in the rotation, which I'm going to put Khalil Ware back as the starter, and I'm still going to give Davion Mitchell these minutes, which I did extend him as well. He was extension eligible, and I gave him a new 4-year deal. He's very cheap as well for the next 4 years, so very happy to have him going forward. But yeah, he's going to make pennies on the dollar, basically, in this new CBA. Let's see if we can beat the Indiana Pacers in round one. Hero, Halliburton, let's see how this goes. I don't have my expectations very high. I do think we need to make more moves before we're going to go anywhere, but we are going to be in a game 7 with Indiana, so you never know. Let's see how this goes. I want to flip Kevin Love and Davion Mitchell minutes, but I'm going to rock with Davion Mitchell. We might be able to win and get to round 2, which would be kind of awesome, and that'd be a really good thing for Miami to achieve. In 128 to 113, so even after Jimmy Butler has been traded, we still win a playoff series. Now, can the Warriors win one with Jimmy Butler? And they lose to LeBron and Luka Doncic. So it looks like the Lakers, after having Mark Williams, have more success in the simulation, which does make a ton of sense. So that is something I will expect going forward. But we get Cleveland or Milwaukee in round 2, and it is going to be Milwaukee who upsets the Cleveland Cavaliers or we're going to make it to the conference finals in the first season. I don't know about that. They acquired Kevin Porter Jr. at the deadline too. But let's simulate current round against Milwaukee, and we're down 3-1. So Giannis looks like he is going to, unless we force a game 7. No, we lose in 6. So gets around 2, but to lose to Giannis in the Bucks and the Knicks beat the Bucks. You have Knicks and Mavericks in the finals, and the Mavericks go on to win it all with Kyrie and Anthony Davis. So more work for us to do. LeBron James is trying to call it a career, but I'm going to let him keep going because I think he will in real life. And then for the lottery, this won't matter for us, obviously. But we do have to remember that we owe a pick to Charlotte down the road very soon. So there's no incentive for us to keep tearing it down. We want to stay competitive. So that is going to be the goal, is to try to achieve maybe another star, maybe, if we can do that. So do we have that Warriors pick? Does 2K actually have that correct? Let's see. So Golden State, Thunder via Miami. So I guess the Thunder have our pick. Okay. And then, no, it says the Warriors have their pick. So I guess 2K didn't update that. Hopefully they will. But I will go ahead and take that pick from the Warriors because obviously it does in fact belong to us. Let's go ahead, head to draft night. We'll get that pick and we'll probably draft somebody. And then we'll look at, maybe trading for a star using Rozier Robinson expiring contract. We could maybe wait till the next offseason with free agency opening up. But I don't know, it might be tough. So I don't know if I want to wait that long. I guess we'll kind of see what our options are. So I was kind of scanning around the league, and immediately, the two guys that come in the top of my head who could be available, first being Trae Young, but I just don't think Trae Young embodies what Miami culture, or I guess they call it Heat culture. I don't know if Trae Young is a great fit there. My immediate thought also was maybe Kevin Durant from Phoenix. That has been kind of a thought before, but I don't know. We could grab him, and he's on a 1-year deal. I don't know if we can pull this off, but I think that's what we're going to try to do. Now, Phoenix is not selling, so I do think it's going to be really hard to try to do this, but I'm going to attempt to do it because we have the contracts to potentially try it. So I guess I will try and see what they say. I doubt they'll accept anything we have to offer them, but we'll try to. I guess we can't even offer Kalo or Jaime Jaquez or Jovic right now, so that's probably not going to help. So never mind, we'll wait. So Durant might be my target, but more than likely, we're not going to be able to get any star this offseason if I had to guess, because I don't really know if I like anybody as an option. So Rocky is available, which feels decent to go for him. We have Ian Jackson on the board, Hall of Fame ceiling, or even have Drake Powell. But I think I am going to go ahead and take Ian Jackson here from Miami to North Carolina. So welcome to Miami, Ian Jackson. Happy to have you. So we pick him with that Warriors selection, and he ends up being a 70 overall. So obviously probably not going to be helpful in year 1, but as a project player and maybe as a guy that started in a trade later, which we'll still try potentially with Durant. I don't know if we'll be able to pull that off, but that is where my mind immediately heads. Alec Burks a free agent, and then we don't really have money to do anything else right now. But obviously, going to this next season with how things are right now, we can't really rely on this team being good enough to go win it next year. I just think that would be kind of silly if we really thought this team was good enough. So I am going to try for Kevin Durant because that guy immediately stands out to me as a target for Miami, but I do kind of think that this would be, Bradley Beal, of course. Yeah, Miami's not interested in him, though. So let's try this. I don't know if Phoenix is going to accept this, but Rozier, Duncan Robinson, and let's say we do, I guess, Jovic to start things off, and then we could throw Ian Jackson here, who we just picked, and we pick our 2026 pick. And then let's say, well, let's try that. Does that get us Durant? I doubt it. And they say no. What if we throw the other second or other first in there? And they say no still. So no Durant. Might take this to the deadline, honestly, because I just don't really see a good option. And at the deadline, we can kind of see who's selling. So I think that's probably going to be our best bet. I would like to acquire a different center if possible. Drummond is always my go-to in free agency because there's no other options here. But we could get Looney as well on a 2-year deal. I'll give him a 1-year deal to be our backup 5 this year. So that will be our addition in free agency. But we're going to take this to the trade deadline, I think. I think that's where we hopefully will strike while the iron is hot. Maybe some team is selling and is ready to give up somebody. But Hero has regressed down 1 overall. Jaquez is up. Davion Mitchell is up, which is great. Jovic is down. Rozier is down, which I expect. But Robinson, Rozier, and maybe even Slow-Mo, those are the salaries I'm looking to get rid of at the deadline. And if not, we could maybe take this to the offseason. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be totally wrong about this. I guess we have to cut 3 players as well. But I do believe we might have some financial flexibility next offseason. Because, yeah, what, $40 million cap space? Well, that's before Wiggins accepts his team option. But we probably will decline that. It's non-guaranteed. Yeah, and then Hero will be locked up. Bam Adebayo would be locked up. So we might have enough money. Although we'd have to pay Jovic. Looney would be gone. Is there anybody else I have to pay? Jaquez. Okay, so yeah, we would have money, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I guess if there's nothing at the deadline, maybe we will just head to free agency and hope we can get somebody there. But I guess we'll figure it out when we cross that bridge. Also going to try a different look in the rotation where Mitchell starts next to Tyler Hero to kind of see how that goes instead of starting Rozier. So it'll be Mitchell, Hero, Jaime Jaquez. So I guess that moves Wiggins to the bench. Bam Adebayo, Khalil Ware, I don't know, man. I think I'd still start Andrew Wiggins at this point, but definitely excited about Jaime Jaquez going forward. Jaime Jaquez, Jovic, Kevon Looney, and Terry Rozier. So that does leave like Pell Larson, Haywood Highsmith our rotation, but I think I can rock with that. At the deadline, we will be hunting for hopefully a star. Like I said, if there's nothing there, we'll take this to free agency and try to sign someone in the free agency period. But hopefully we're even good enough to be big star shopping, because if we suck, then there's no point of trying. But we'll see how it goes. Right now, we're hovering around 500. I'll see you guys at the deadline, and whatever team might be selling, maybe we're selling because we suck. Hopefully not, though. We're going to leave rotation as it is, and I will let you guys know what we'll be doing at the deadline, or I'll see you at the end of year one if we don't see anything at the deadline we like. So we are stopping the trade deadline as promised, and we have a couple of options on our table that we're kind of looking at. So let's go ahead and start off with the obvious thing we were kind of talking about earlier, and I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns right now, and they are selling. So Durant, maybe Devin Booker. I think I'd prefer to go after Devin Booker if we're going to make a trade with Phoenix. But I do acknowledge that if the Suns are going to do this, they'd probably want to trade with Houston to get their picks back. But maybe Houston wants Kevin Durant still. That was the early report when it first happened, that, you know, from Woj, when he said that the Suns may go out, or the Rockets want Durant, which I don't know if that's true anymore. But that's a first interesting option. The next one is Embiid in Philadelphia. We could pair Embiid and, Bam Adebayo together, which would be pretty crazy if we did that. That'd be wild. Well, I kind of like the idea of that too. That's definitely something I'm thinking about. Memphis has like John Morant also, which would be crazy. They're selling again Trae Young. So to me, it's like, and then Kawhi Leonard is also an option, but him being 34 probably takes me away from him. So we want John Morant, Embiid, or Devin Booker is kind of what I'm thinking. And of course, John Morant is the first guy, but he feels the least realistic of them all. Obviously, him being 26 years old. I don't know if Memphis is really about that. So I really like the idea of Embiid or Devin Booker. Which one do we want? I think I kind of want Embiid. 31 years old. I'm going to see if we can pull off Joel Embiid here. So $52 million, but he would obviously be, you know, there is some red flags with him, of course, but Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, front court defensively could be really disgusting. So that is kind of my game plan. And then Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez. Well, we probably have to trade Jaime Jaquez, but Hero is going to continue to be the scorer and the main guy, scoring-wise. Mitchell will probably continue to start next to him, averaging 8 and 7 right now. So Mitchell, went up to a 7-9. I don't know if he'll develop more, but it'd be nice if he did. So let's see. I think we probably have to throw Wiggins in this trade for salary matching purposes. And then, well, obviously we have Rozier's contract too. And then let's see if we could keep Jaime Jaquez out of it, but it might be tough to do that. We probably have to throw Ian Jackson in here. Of course, we drafted who he has no value. I guess Philadelphia doesn't really value him at all right now, so that kind of sucks. But we're going to try this. So Wiggins, Rozier, Jovic, Ian Jackson for Embiid. I don't know if they'll accept this, but this is going to be our first target. We'll see if they do agree to doing something like this. So Wiggins, Rozier, 2 first-rounders, and Jovic for Embiid. They don't agree to it, which is fair. I mean, that makes sense. What about instead of Rozier? I don't know if this would really make a difference, but we're going to try it anyway. What if I did Khalil Ware? It would suck to trade Khalil Ware, but this would probably make the trade a little bit more interesting for them. So instead of Ian Jackson on the table, what if it's Khalil Ware and then we did Rozier again? I don't know. Would they accept that now? No, they do not. So not going to happen for Joel Embiid, but it was a good idea. So we'll go for Devin Booker instead off of Phoenix. Is probably going to be our next target because we want to go big fish hunting here. And a Hero Devin Booker backcourt sounds intriguing. So far it's Wiggins, Jovic, both our picks. And let's say we did Rozier and we did, we could do another pick if needed. And then we could start to, get the salary matching purposes in here. So Bridges and also Bradshaw. So would they do this for Devin Booker? No, they would not. So they might require Khalil Ware too, but I don't want to do Khalil Ware because I'd want to keep him as our starting center right now. So they say no to this, but we didn't get to throw in Ian Jackson. I don't know if that would make a difference to them. Let's see if it would. If I threw Ian Jackson in here, they actually value him more than Philadelphia did. So maybe we could do something like this, but it might be hard. Okay, Booker, would that make a difference? No, it does not. Okay, so neither one can be got. What about last option, which I felt was the most unrealistic, but you know what? I'm going to still go for him, is John Morant. And maybe we don't get any of these packages to work, but at least we did try. So Andrew Wiggins, Jovic, 2 first-rounders, Ian Jackson, Rozier. What if you throw me, you know, all these Carter Knox and then also this guy, and then we need one more in here as well. What if we got Johnny Davis, I guess? Or that's still, the Grizzlies would acquire. Oh, maybe we need to, maybe let's go from Rozier and go to Duncan Robinson instead. That would probably be, yeah. We can move Johnny, no, Johnny Davis has to be in it. Okay. All right, let's see what they say to that. Wiggins, Jovic, Ian Jackson. Yeah, they say no. So we strike out on all 3. I'm not willing to throw Khalil Ware in the trade right now, so we're going to just rock with what we have right now, and we're going to just sign someone in free agency instead. So Rozier, Duncan Robinson will walk, and then I do think it might be in our best interest to trade Jovic right now because I don't think I'll have the ability to re-sign him in free agency, unfortunately, but it was worth trying to get one of those big stars to try to come here. Maybe we can swap somebody. So we can do a Boston swap with Dink, which actually sounds kind of intriguing. So a first-round pick in 2026. Can we just somehow do this without first being involved? Let's say we just did a couple of seconds. And no, they say no. Okay, what if no, I don't think we can make that happen. So spending a lot of time at this trade deadline, which I figured would be the case, but I wanted to try for all those stars. Nick Richards is definitely intriguing, but I don't want to trade Gary Payton. I mean, I'm trying to get some kind of Daron Sharp I can rock with going forward. So yeah, we can do this. So Daron Sharp is going to be our new backup center. Next year, he'll be a lot cheaper. So I love Jovic, but I think it would have been really hard to re-sign him. We'll rock with that for the rest of the season. So hopefully in free agency, we can get a free agent, and that will change all of our glory. But for now, we missed out on everybody at the trade deadline. So instead of going 40 and 42, this year we went 42 and 40, but we're still a 5th seed in the East, ironically enough, once again, as we are, like I said, the 5th seed, and we get the first round matchup again. So it's basically deja vu all over again. So 24 from Hero, 18 from Bam, 15 from Wiggins, 14 from Rozier, 12 from Jaime Jaquez, and 10 from Khalil Ware. So Indiana in round 1, we beat them last year. Don't know if we'll beat them again, but let's find out, and we will. So we get to the second round again. This time we draw Boston instead of Milwaukee. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Rozier is currently starting right now. I wanted it to be Mitchell, and he will start again. So let's see. Can we beat Boston in round 2? We did push them to 7, and honestly, once I saw 3-0, I'm like, oh, we lost again in round 2. But again, why we tried, there was a reason why we tried to get a star at the trade deadline. It didn't work out, but we're hoping to get one in free agency. Our pick is headed to Charlotte this offseason. There's a bunch of picks I need to fix like I usually do in this offseason. But as you can see, we will not be picking, I believe, in this. Where are the Hornets at? The Hornets have our pick somewhere. I think they should anyway, and I don't see the Hornets for some reason. So it says we have our pick. Am I wrong in thinking we shouldn't have it right now? I'm pretty sure we shouldn't have this pick. Maybe that's next year we don't have it. Wait, is it 20? Oh, yeah, it's 2027. So I guess we have our pick this offseason too. But I'm going to go fix a bunch of picks like I usually do, and we'll go big hunting and free agency. Now that that's all fixed, let's go pick a number 19 in this draft as we have Isaiah Harwell on the board, Patrick, what else? We got Harrington, Mosley, Sid Gee. So I'm going to take Harrington here for the upside out of Harvard, bring him in, 6'7" guard, so very happy to have selected him. So yeah, welcome to the Miami Heat. Hopefully, you know, we may end up trading you. We'll see. Wiggins, I'm going to decline his team option because like I said, I want to go after a big fish in free agency. I am assuming we'll have a little bit of money to our name, which is going to be very, very helpful. So as you can see, Luka Doncic, I don't know if we have money for that. So we're $27 million off, but we do have money to sign, like, okay, Wiggins back. There might be another way of making more money available. We'll have to see who's all, you know, under contract with us. But we have Mitchell, we have Hero, we have Jaime Jaquez, Pell Larson, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson is the obvious contract we need to find a way to get rid of. And Daron Sharp we acquired, of course, at the deadline to replace Jovic. So let's just simply dump Kyle Anderson, and then I'll show you guys who we're going to attack as the star addition in free agency, hopefully. So unfortunately, I was silly for thinking we could keep Daron Sharp. We cannot, unfortunately, so I'm going to dump him off to Charlotte. So essentially, I only netted a second-round pick for Jovic, but there's a certain guy I'm after here in this free agency period, and I'm kind of hoping we can get him, and that is J-Dub. So Don't know if the Thunder will match it. I'm kind of praying they won't. That is my hopefully the guy we get. So let's see if he does sign. Thunder, please don't match it. And they do, damn. Okay, I've seen before where they haven't, but that was kind of my ultimate get. Jaren Jackson's here too. Fox, Vucevic, Mark Williams, but J-Dub would have been the most interesting one for me to go grab. Unfortunately, that did not work out the way I want. Would we get Paulo Banchero with the Magic match that? I guess we'll find out. Chet, I mean, we can offer another star Thunder player, but Damian Lillard, Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson would probably be gettable. Well, it looks like we can get him. Trae Young, again, I just don't think he fits. De'Aaron Fox, nah. I think San Antonio should just bring him back, which they are going to. Mark Williams, Dyson Daniels. After that, it kind of falls off. So J-Dub was my favorite target. Obviously, Luke would be crazy too, but we don't have enough money for that. We can't get there either. So Paulo Banchero, Jaren Jackson, we can throw in money on offer at too. We'll see. So Paulo Banchero is obviously, which the Thunder, oh, the Thunder are after him, interesting enough. So I'm going to throw an offer at Chet too and see what the Thunder do with this. I don't know what their game plan is, but they matched J-Dub's offer sheet. So Jaren Jackson is the one that accepts us. Paulo and, okay, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to have to renounce every single person. Jaren Jackson was not my preferred target, but I am curious to see if anybody falls out. So I'm going to decline Jaren Jackson. And okay, so everyone's basically still gone. So Luka would obviously be amazing, but we don't have enough money for that. Damian Lillard's just too old at this point, but he would be fun to grab. Jaren Jackson, I guess, has to be kind of the guy we go after. Fox, the Spurs, I guess I've not brought him back, but Jaren Jackson wasn't my ideal target, don't get me wrong, but it is going to be the best guy we can bring in right now. So Jaren Jackson, assuming he's going to accept that, and it looks like we're still his best offer. He's just taking a while to accept it, and he does. So was it the superstar I was after? Not necessarily, but it looks like we can also bring Wiggins back too, which will be helpful. So let's give Wiggins a 2-year deal. The Jaren Jackson, though, will be fit very nicely. I have no idea how I'm about to run the rotation again, but we'll figure that out in just a second. But, man, does that make us defensively really nasty. So, Jaime Jaquez, Pell Larson, probably going to have to move Chloe Ware back to a backup role and then start Bam Adebayo at center again. So, probably going to do that. Going to move his secondary position to, well, we'll do that in a second. But, yeah, Jaren Jackson was not who I preferred. I was honestly hoping for J-Dub. Didn't work out, though. Harrington, Ian Jackson. Hopefully Ian Jackson develops a little bit too. And we might have money to sign like another player that could be helpful. Don't know. We'll see. Finney Smith, Dante Exum. You got Luke Kennard, Oladipo is here. Kevin Huerter. Give me Kevin Huerter, I guess, as an addition to the bench. And okay. So that was an okay free agency. Could have been better, but let's see what player progression is looking like. So we got Hero up, Bam Adebayo is up, Chloe Ware is up, Jaime Jaquez is up, Ian Jackson's up to a 75, so he's ready to contribute. Pell Larson's also up. So these guys are all going to be big, valuable pieces off the bench. Honestly, at the trade deadline, we might be aggressive with the trade deadline again. I think Jaren Jackson's a great addition, but it was not who I was after. So we'll see. We'll just see how it winds up, but I'm still very optimistic about the future. I still think we're going to be contender here. Maybe one more move gets us there. We'll see. So we're at the trade deadline as promised, and I'm looking to make an upgrade in the backcourt, and I am staring at John Morant, and I'm trying to reunite him here with Jaren Jackson, we just signed in free agency. So we will see if we can pull this off, but if we do, I do believe we become a contender. So let's throw Mitchell in here because we're going to need as much salary in here as possible. Let's throw John Morant here first. He's not making like $60 million, so $42 million should be a little bit easier to match. We throw Ian Jackson's salary in here. Harrington in here, and let's see if that's enough. I think that's close. It says it is. So let's say, give me some of your worst players. We got Reed, or no, not Reed. Sorry. Let's go down here and go. You can throw McLeod in here. We're not quite there yet. I'd throw, nope, none of these guys. Hardaway, hopefully. Okay, so that matches. All right. So give me a 2029 and a 2031 in here too. All this for John Morant. What do the Grizzlies say? They don't agree. Damn, I was really hoping they'd accept that. They don't. So Harrington, Ian Jackson would have been ideal. What if we move Ian Jackson? I don't know if this is going to make a difference, but what if we moved Ian Jackson to small forward and we move Harrington to shooting guard? He goes up as well. And then Mitchell, do you go up? No, you don't. So we'll leave you at point guard. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but I'm going to try it anyway. So we'll see. So again, let's throw all of that together. And that makes Ian Jackson's trade value maybe a little bit higher. Harrington's a little bit higher, hopefully. And then did we need one more player? Yeah, Mitchell was in here too. So I mean, all these guys seem to have value, but that only matters to Memphis. That's going to change when we talk to them. Let's try this again. Does that make a difference? I don't know if it will, but hopefully it does. So it was this guy, and it was this guy, and then last but not least was Hardaway. So come on. Say yes to this trade. They don't agree. So I forgot to show this in recording, but we just traded for Dejounte Murray. Obviously, I failed at getting John Morant, unfortunately. So instead, we pivoted to Dejounte Murray, and I wasn't recording when I did that. So my apologies. But now your new rotation is this. So Murray, Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Jackson, Bam Adebayo. It didn't take much to get him. Obviously, Murray isn't like that valuable compared to what John Morant was, but it was Wiggins, Herter, and Harrington to get to Dejounte Murray to bring him into Miami. I think he's going to be a good fit next to Tyler Hero. We'll see how the rest of the season finishes out. First in the East currently right now, so hopefully this team can go be competitive in the Eastern Conference. We can go win a championship because I do believe we have the talent to do so. Hero does not want to extend, but Jaime Jaquez does, which we'll go ahead and do. Bam Adebayo, we will resign him as well. But yeah, this team is very expensive right now. And obviously, the expectation is to go win a championship, so we'll see if we can hopefully do that. So at the end of the season, Jokic wins MVP, Boozer Rookie of the Year in Philadelphia, Giddey is your sixth man, Wemby Defensive Player, and Trey Johnson Most Improved, and Cade Clutch Player, and Chris Finch is your Coach of the Year, and Nathan Mack is your Executive, and here's your All-NBA First Team. So I'm going to assume, like usual, we don't have anybody on here. We kind of have a collective group, but Jaren Jackson does make All Defensive Second Team. So we've built a really good defensive lineup. I wonder if our proficiency was at defense, what it would be right now. Is it 4.5? No, 3.5. So I guess Jaime Jaquez here don't fit that the best. That makes sense. Okay, but a 4.5 balance nonetheless. So that is nice to see. Here were your player stats. So Hero still leading away with 23, 18 from Jaren Jackson, 18 from Bam, and 16 from Murray. So I feel like we're similarly built to the Cleveland Cavaliers, where obviously we have a lot of size. Maybe not as much as Cleveland does, but you know, Bam and Jaren Jackson serving as the Mobley, Allen in front court, then Dejounte and Hero as the Mitchell and Garland backcourt. So it'll be interesting to see if we can match up against Cleveland in round 2 as they are on the other side right here. But we get to play Atlanta first. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Riche, Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, Trey Johnson. Atlanta is definitely on the schedule for another trade deadline rebuild I'm going to do next week. But let's somebody occur around against Atlanta. Fingers crossed. This is Dejounte Murray's former team as well, and we will sweep them. So that's a good start. We don't get Cleveland. Instead, it will be Detroit, who has Cade, Marcus Smart now, Asar, Tar Eason, Jalen Duren, Sasser, Ron Holland, and Gary Trent. So hopefully we can beat Detroit to get to the conference finals, and we will be up 2-1 right now, but let's be prepared for them to tie it up. They don't, and do we beat them in 5? Yes, we do. So just like that, we're on to the conference finals. Please give me Indiana, because we've owned them so far, and I would continue to love to continue to do that, and we do get Indiana in the conference finals. Like I said, we've beaten them twice already in a series, so hopefully we can continue to just do that, but it would be kind of ironic if this time they did beat us. So here we go. So I'm going to current round, and nope, we own Indiana. Get out of my... We're not blowing the 3-0 lead, right? 2K, we're not doing that, right? We're not doing that right now. Like, I was just talking and yapping a bunch of stuff. So please don't allow me to be the team that blows the 3-0 lead in the conference finals. And thankfully, we will not be. So Indiana gave us a little bit of a scare there. But Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo are your conference finals MVPs. We get to play Dallas. So this is a rematch of a finals from a long time ago. Alvarado, Kyrie, Marshall, Anthony Davis, Lively, Gafford. So obviously no Luka Doncic anymore. No PJ Washington, it looks like, unless if he's just buried in the depth chart. But no, their rotation isn't as deep. Like, Ivan Popovich is playing bench minutes for them, and Christie, I know, has been a nice addition. But I like my team compared to theirs, so we'll see if this works out the way we expect it to. Game 1-0. Game 2, they even it up. Can we go up 3-1, or 2-1, I should say? Oh, okay. Game 5. So game 5 in Miami. So hopefully you can win at best of 3. With 2 games being at home. We got to win this one, though, and Dallas might... Oh, wait a minute. Thought we were going to... Oh, it's close, but we beat them in 2. Okay, Game 6 on the road in Dallas to avoid a Game 7 altogether. Can we make it happen? It's close, and they're going to get in the game. Can we hang on to it? We have a 10-point lead now. Oh, they made it very close, just like that. They went on a massive run. We got to watch the end of this. 113-110. And let's watch the last minute of the game. 113-110 with a 3-point lead right now. Or do we protect the lead, did I say? Let's jump in and save the day, maybe. Hopefully we can do that. I felt pretty confident about what I was able to do in the Charlotte video yesterday. So we're on the road right now. That's 1 free throw in, so we can make this a 5-point game. And let's see if... Ooh, I missed that. Damn, honestly. The shaking really worked against me, but all good. Kyrie Irving is going to have the ball. See what he's going to do. He is shifty, of course, as we all know. But, okay. I don't know what just happened there, but he found a way to get around me. 114 and 112. Let's not go to bounce. Let's go to hero. And we do have Bam. Okay, I don't mind this. Oh, Murray's going to cut to the basket and have a wide open dunk. Thank you for that. That was a give me. I don't know what Dallas was doing, but Murray cut, and that is exactly what we needed. So Kyrie Irving's going to have the ball again, and this is to avoid a game 7 altogether. Let's not let him do what he did last time. We're there this time. And he's going to shoot a pull-up, and that's going to be a missed basket. And that is a stop on defensive end, my friends, that we truly needed. And now we just need to burn some clock here. We have a 4-point lead, and if we can hit a 3 on them here or just put it, they're going to leave Jaime Jaquez wide open. So let's take that, and that is what I call a dagger. 119 to 112. They bring the double team. Hero must be going off. What is he doing right now for them to bring a double team like that? Let's see. He has 30 on the night. Okay, and he shot 7-11 from 3. Damn. Okay, I see why they brought the double team. Kyrie's going to pop a 3. Not going to go down, and that should be all she wrote. Jaime Jaquez with the dagger. Beautiful stuff. Thought about pulling a 3, but we won't. I could shoot a 3 with Khalil Ware too, but I will not. And bam, guys, that is how. No pun intended with Bam Adebayo, obviously, but we can shoot one more shot. Let's shoot a Bam 3. Why not? And we get the offensive board, and we can basically burn the clock now. So 10 seconds left, and we'll take one more shot to end this one. Hero 3. That is kind of deep, but another offensive rebound, and that is all she wrote. Khalil Ware with the offensive rebounds, but we'll be walking out of here with a title. Love what we're able to do. You know, honestly, I was going after bigger fish than just Jaren Jackson and Dejounte Murray, but honestly, it worked out. I was trying for John Morant, as you guys saw, Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, thought about Durant, but all in all, we brought 2 guys that bring exactly what Miami needs, and it ends in a championship. And I was kind of hoping to watch the championship celebration a little bit, but things just seem to be frozen right now. Oh, there it is. There we go. But yeah, that was a nice 3 from Jaime Jaquez to end this one. And I felt pretty good because I felt like we were able to keep a lot of what, you know, Miami loves. Like Jaime Jaquez is still here. Bam Adebayo, it's our hero. So we kept that core together and just added to it. But thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will see y'all in the next one. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday if you're watching it. I'll see y'all on Monday. It's Crushables. I'm staying. Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.